YouTube, Lytbringr here, and this video is probably the hardest video I've ever had to make thus far. And the reason being that this may well be the last video I do anytime soon, at least, for Destiny 2. And that is because I find the game, and I'm recording this Monday, the very end of week 2 of the game being out, and I'm bored. Destiny 2 is boring. I don't feel like it was a full game. I feel like whenever I look at Destiny 2, all I see is Destiny 1 re-released or rebooted, or like everything the same, not much changed or evolved or grew, but with like the tweaks and extra story and stuff that an expansion could bring. For my opinion, I am comparing the game to, I'm comparing like the whole game to the Taken King DLC. I got new classes, I got quests outside of the game in public events and stuff like that. I don't feel like this game did anything really that Rise of Iron and Taken King didn't do already. A lot of it was stuff that those did for a lot less money. A $30 or $40 expansion, sure, but I don't feel it. This isn't a full game to me. It feels like it was just something that got added to a full game that somebody somewhere said, hey, let's raise up the price, raise up the, I don't know, just this one has me. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to be playing the game anymore. I will be playing it. I will. Just, to me, there's not enough content for...
So there's a list of some stuff I could use. Don't ask what it's for, and I won't have to lie.
I love you, Nathan Fillion. Like, Cade makes this game fun for me. Just...
How can I help?
See, this video was gonna be so hard to do that I actually made notes for a change. So please give me a second to do some things. But no, Av and I, we founded a clan. We're having fun. Oh, that's fun. So we will be playing the game. Just there's only so much I can do. Most of the lore was in the Grimoire, and they took the Grimoire down. And they didn't put it in Destiny 2. They didn't attach it anywhere. There are people, like, it's obvious that they meant for this game to be a reboot of sorts, to really attract in, like, a second generation of Destiny players. They didn't just want the D1 players, they wanted new people to come in, feel that hopelessness of like the main story, and then play D1's action and fun and all the things that you got from playing Destiny 1.
I am happy to assist your research.
Except that then they left all the lore in Destiny 1. So there are certain quests and certain side missions for each class, like when you get your powers back for each class. They have these little moments, and they reference characters and lines of dialogue from the first game that, well, you guys saw my video on getting the Stormcaller back, and I loved it. It was nostalgic, it was fun, it was a very powerful and uplifting kind of thing. But what if you didn't do that in Destiny 1? Instead, you just had some random figures talking to you about random characters you don't know who they are. And it hadn't hit me that way. I hadn't thought about that till I watched someone else's video, and I was like, that's a valid point. I mean, yes, I had already felt I really want the lore of the first game in this game. Like, we were begging for that for 3 fucking years. Why would you not only not put the lore in the game like I'm begging you, but also not put, like, take it all away? It just feels really, really stupid to me. Like, they took it all away so people would shut up about it. And you're like, no. You made the lore. There's enough videos and recordings and pictures of all the lore. So it's not like the lore is going away ever. Like, it's too late. The lore was there. It's somewhere on the internet. But honestly, I'm disappointed in it. The Grimoire's gone, so that's all the lore from the last 3 years. Things that are referenced in this game that you can't touch, that you don't understand when they're referencing it unless you played D1. Let's see what else I have here. It is a lot like the Taken King expansion. We were all complaining that the Taken King cost, what, 30, 40 bucks? Or It and Rise of Iron, or whatever. The expansion pass costs money. But here, I have about as much added into this game as the Taken King added for even more money. Just, it feels so dumb. Like, they reference Siva multiple times, and you're like, unless you played the last expansion for Destiny 1, you have no idea what all this Siva talk is about. You don't get it. They talk about Rasputin. They talk about the Vex trying to hack things, and you're like, from the perspective of a guy who never played D1, you have no idea what's going on. Recycled public events. A lot of the public events in this game feel the exact same as the public events in D1. I know Destiny's, like, the Bungie guys at all the E3s and all these things were talking about, oh yeah, lost sectors are gonna be lost, and they're gonna be hard to find, and you're gonna have to, like, the community as a whole was looking forward to, hey man, I think I found a dark sector. And then, like, they would bring their friends, and they'd be like, holy crap, I think it is a lost sector. Oh my gosh, there's a boss. First off, you don't fight a boss. You just fight a named yellow captain most of the time, or a named yellow Vex Minotaur. Like, they're not bosses. They're just regular guys walking around the map. I kill 50 or 60 of them an hour. Second, there is no challenge to find the dark sectors or the lost sectors. They're fucking on the map. Like, all these things that lead you to explore, and they're on the map. Yes, I love that the map is so well detailed, but gosh darn it, why? There is no exploration in this game, and I get it. And the places that you can explore are short-lived. Like, there's no need to explore the farm because everybody left. There's no need to explore any of the planets because why? Within the first week or two of doing all the side quest stuff, you visit the exact same places over and over. On Titan, I went to that underground sea lab thing 6 times for no reason. Let's see. The Glimmer Cap and shaders. Oh, God. Shaders. If you have ever watched a difference between Destiny and Warframe video, you will understand my hate of Destiny's change in the shader system. Not only do you not get to customize each separate piece of your armor like we were asking in Destiny 1, like, yes, they gave us that-ish, But to do it, you need to use one-use shaders. If you look at a game like Warframe, you get the entire flippin' color palette to apply to every single piece of your gear. You could make yourself a walking rainbow, the game will let you, and you can do it over and over again. It's an intuitive, easy to copy system, and Bungie does not want to, for the life of them, copy anything. They don't even want to copy themselves. The engine they're using in this game is from Halo Reach. It's why it's so rigid. It was a linear game they're copying. But it had a space battle system. It had a good AI that knew what it was doing. Every bad guy I have here uses the exact same flippin' tactics. They attack you, they realize they can't kill you, they run away like pansies. Captains will rush you, knights will rush you. The second you drop their shield, the second you drop them to a certain amount of health, they use a shield or they run away behind cover. You have to chase them every single time. The AI in this game sucks. If you're gonna have my enemies use cover, have them jump out of cover and not just freaking teleport out. Try to take me one-on-one. Realize that was a bad idea like it has been the last million times over the last year. 3 years. The Glimmer Cap. Why did they raise the Glimmer Cap? We asked them specifically, multiple times, to raise the Glimmer Cap so that we could buy things when they came out. When Iron Banner came out, each piece of their gear would cost roughly 12 to 16,000 Glimmer. That's half or less than half. No, half or more than half of your maximum Glimmer. You would have to buy one piece of gear, go grind for a couple hours to get your Glimmer back, and buy one more piece of gear. Out of usually 3 or 4, if I remember right. It's been a while. But again, you would have to do the grinding at least 2 or 3 times. It was stupid. Now, it's 100,000, but there's still nothing to buy. No one sells legendaries. No one sells anything better than crappy blue items that cap at 200 power level. I, for one, have been at the exact same gosh darn power level for the last week. The only way to raise your power level at the point I'm at is to farm for exotics, which means grinding. I am all for grinding, but when I can max out at 286, and every piece of gear I keep picking up maxes at 277, I cannot get any stronger with the crap it keeps giving me. And it doesn't matter. Blue, legendary, doesn't matter. They are all 277, except for the exotics. And even then, I cap at 286. This is a 285. My light level will not go up. It can't. Which brings me to duplicate exotics, since I recently got an exotic. This is the first non-duplicate exotic I have gotten ever that wasn't part of a quest, wasn't some reward. Yes, I did get my Karnstein armlets. I'm already correcting myself. But, there's in between the armlets and the Starfire Protocol armor, I got 4 sunshots. My wife has gotten 4 Wardcliff coils and 2 sunshots. Is anybody noticing a problem there? No offense, but if Bungie can make a system that looks through all of your characters, all of your gear, all of your vault space, and calculate your best power level gear. If it was to combine all your things in the right order to give you the maximum possible power level you could have, why can't it look through all of your characters and all of your gear for the exotics you have and give you a drastically lower chance of picking up the same pistol over and over and over? Am I the only person that wonders that? No, because it's all over the internet. Also, the entire end of the game, I don't like it. It's vague. It's stupid. Things have been happening to the speaker all through the game, all through cutscenes. I'm not spoiling anything. It's in the freaking trailer. It wasn't even a secret. In Homecoming, the beta, we learned, oh no, something's happened to the speaker. Is he dead? Is he captured? Has he betrayed us? Very next trailer they release, oh look, he's a captive. There goes any kind of theory crafting we could have come up with. Near the end, some things happen, and they tell you speaker's gone. But they don't tell you how or why. Dead gone? Or is he, like, got his light back, went to go on sabbatical to re-find himself after this? All through the first 3 years of Destiny 1, me and a lot of people, I think, were like, who freaking cares about the speaker? The speaker's a waste of space, he's a waste of time. You talk to him once or twice, and then you never interact with him ever again, except for free junk. And the stuff he gives you usually is junk. So when they're all like, oh no, the speaker's captured, I was like, I don't care. He was dry. He had no real personality other than, like, the only thing he had going for him was, I am the voice of the traveler. I am cool. Except he wasn't. It wasn't new. It wasn't interesting. I was bored with him. Ghost isn't even pointing anywhere different. There's nothing to scan here, obviously. But then in this game, some of the cutscenes actually make me care about the speaker, and I was happy. And then they give you this vague BS of, well, the speaker's gone, and I'm like, gone where? Nothing happens in any of the cutscenes that would lead you to believe he's dead, and everybody in the game post-story is kind of like disregarding the speaker ever existed. So what happened? Again, the game leaves you more questions than answers. The epilogue cutscene, I guess, shows these creepy things, and you're like, okay, what are they? Again, more questions than answers. I played through a whole game where it finally answered some of my questions, and the freaking game is giving me more crap I can't possibly answer. It's expansion baiting. It's DLC baiting. In a sequel. What it should have done was establish the Leviathan raid coming, and it didn't. The Leviathan raid dropped this last Tuesday, and there was no cutscene, there was no quest, there was nothing. You just go to your map and, hey, look, there it is. What is it? Where'd it come from? Why do I care? I don't, because raids in Destiny suck. I thought the puzzles and the BS that put in the Siva raid and the Taking raid and the Vault of Glass were kind of lame because the puzzles had no reason. I want a raid that tests my skills at playing the game, not my ability to solve puzzles. That's not a mechanic in the game. They never give you puzzles. It's scan ghost, sit on a plate, wait for things to rush you, and kill lots of things, and a mixture of those three mechanics. That's the whole game. It's not complicated. That's why this game's a shoot and loot. You don't have to have a brain to do it. But then they give you all these weird things in, and this raid's the worst of them. They give you a lot of, like, time-sinking things where it takes hours upon hours to get one or two of these things right for no reward. Every raid before now, you kill a boss, like, you kill the sub-boss, like, there's 4 or 5 sub-bosses in the raid, you get loot. Guaranteed raid-specific special loot, with a chance of something special, like its own personal exotic, that you can only get in the raid. The raid in D2? Worst raid ever. You don't get special loot unless you beat the entire raid. Bosses don't drop loot. Special things don't drop loot. They drop you a key that opens a regular kind of chest that will give you tokens, like we've been getting from strikes and planets themselves. Or, get this, you can potentially get engrams that are the exact freaking engrams you can get already. Why do the raid? And again, why do they have these puzzles? I know they're working with Blizzard. Why did Blizzard not say, okay guys, this is how a raid goes? You give them crap tons of enemy, the enemies drop crap tons of cool gear so the guys can do the raid again and feel stronger. Instead, everything in Destiny 2 scales to your level. So why am I grinding for more power? If I have 3 really good guns, and I have some decently cool looking armor, why do I need a 286? Why shouldn't I just stay at like 186? The bad guys scale to my level. They do as much damage here as they will later, if not more damage later. Why would I want to grind? They scale to me. It doesn't matter how strong I get. Everything. If it 3-shots you now, it will 3-shot you later. It 3-shot you back in the day. If you get 3 really overpowered guns, like if you had found really early in the game the Mida or the Rat King or the Scathelock, and you kept them pre-200, you'll be wrecking some of those things that cap out finally. You have better guns than armor, the game will treat your enemies at a lower level than your guns are. Like here, my gun is at 290. Most of my guns are better than me, power level wise. My armor is at about average, which means everything is doing about average damage to me, but I'm doing above average damage to them. That's what I want in a raid. Max it out at a certain level, tell me what that level is during the raid, trying to do the raid. Like if I fight a bunch of enemies and you tell me those enemies are like 295, I go in with 286, I have a little trouble because they're almost 10 points ahead of me, but I get 292 gear. At this point, next time I go in, the enemies are doing about average damage to me. They're not much stronger. And instead, they start dropping 296, 297, 300 gear. So that third time I do the raid, maybe with friends, I feel like a god. Because now, I am the person with the upper hand. I am stronger. They are weaker. I wreck their faces. My friends look upon me in awe. That's what I want in my shooter looter. Everybody feels the same in the raid. Everybody feels the same everywhere. Warframe is better. Warframe gives me updates for free. They give me expansions for free. Bungie made me pay $60 for an expansion. And then they're going to make me pay another $30 or $40 for another expansion that they led me to. That they made me have to ask questions about because they couldn't get it through their heads that maybe I want to know why. What if I want to know, what is that thing? What's a Leviathan? You know where it told you what a Leviathan was? The Books of Sorrow. in Destiny 1's Grimoire. You don't have access to that information. You will never know what a Leviathan is unless it tells you during the raid. And when you are in the raid, lore is not what you were worried about. You were worrying about not dying and trying to beat that thing before you have to sleep because your body has needs. There are guys on here that have done the raid and it took them 7 hours to do maybe the first half of the raid. They had to go to sleep. They had to grind. They had to eat. They go to bed. They wake up the next day just so they can do the next part. World of Warcraft's raids have you heading for the big bad boss that they've been establishing this whole game, this whole entire section of game. And when you get to it, you're gonna fight all the minions he's got. It's gonna be an army. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be crazy. You and your fire team versus hundreds of bad guys at a time. What does a Destiny raid give you? Stand on this plate. You have to have 4 of your party members stand on the plate. You have to stand on there at the exact same time, which even though this is an online game, we don't have the best connectivity. Sometimes your friend hears you 2 or 3 seconds late. Oops, you landed a little late, which is gonna throw off everybody else. This isn't fun, Bungie. Raids in Destiny 1, yes, I gave them crap because they made you do stupid puzzles. The puzzles are only in the raids. They are nowhere else in the rest of the game, and that's what I have beef with. If you're gonna introduce a mechanic in a raid, give it a reason. But when 99% of your game is shoot, take their stuff, use that stuff to shoot more people. Since when is there this, do this puzzle, lift these chains, go through this secret tunnel, blow up a thing, grab its battery, come back out, sit on another plate, wait for a boss to try and knock you off the plate. If he knocks you off, you guys start over. Why? All it is stupid, useless padding. And Bungie is the master at stupid padding. Most of the maps, about the same size as they were in Destiny 1. I have the same number of planets even. There's so much bullcrap. Again, if you played Destiny 1, you're not really getting a whole lot in Destiny 2. Yes, you get a good story. It's obvious near the end it becomes just sequel baiting for an expansion. Hey, who are those guys? Should I be afraid of them? Are they potential allies for a change? No, they should have shown me the Leviathan. Holy crap, what is that? And then when the raid drops, I'm like, I want to go investigate that. Give me a reason to go there other than just, hey look, that's a raid. Whoop! I think me and Av will at least play Tuesdays and Wednesdays. The weekly refresh is Tuesdays. We will support our clan. We will get points for our clan. We will do a lot of things. But most everything worth doing comes out Tuesday and Wednesday. Since the Nightfalls are kind of a waste. Yeah, you get another super engram, which is all well and good. The super engrams have, like, powerful gear and stuff like that, and that's great. And powerful gear will always be a couple of points higher than your max light level, which means every Tuesday, I am guaranteed to raise my max level. I don't need to do the raid for that. I just need to wait till Tuesday. That is not... I don't even have to grind in the grind game. The game will give me what I need. Why grind for 12 hours to get one exotic when I can just wait till Tuesday? Today's Monday. I can wait till tomorrow. If you're watching this Thursday or Friday, hey, I'll see you Tuesday. It's so stupid. Like, why am I playing this game after I've done the story? I play it because I've met a lot of great people here. The community is great. I get to play with my wife. My wife loves this game. The gameplay is solid. It's fun. There's just nothing to gameplay do. You tell me you want to grind public events. They're all the same after you do the first 3 or 4. Prevent the Fex from sacrificing themselves. Kill this giant robo boss. Stop a glimmer drill. I mean, there's 2 different kinds of glimmer drill. 3 if you count the giant thing that drops the dome. It's the same flipping crap over and over. 100,000 glimmer. There's nothing to spend it on other than more mods. But if you've built enough decent mods and you like the guns you're using, you will never need to buy more. There is no need. I mean, I can grind for exotics, but since I've gotten 5 of the same freaking gun that I got during the tutorial parts of the story... I'm sorry, guys. OBS keeps cutting out on me. I think it's when I finally do motion, even it's tired of playing Destiny. So, pretty much, mine turned into more of a rant. If you want a more in-depth, well-spoken, just discussion about Destiny 2 in comparison to Destiny 1, Angry Joe just released one. It's really good. It's like 40 minutes long, but it gives you the good, the bad. It gives input of players during the raid. It gives input of players actually playing the game. I can't do that because when I ask Av, like, we keep having this discussion. I think this game really feels like just a glorified expansion for Destiny 1. Like, I didn't need to buy an entire game disc for the story. They could have just let me buy it as a download. Here's the story. Here, we're giving you a new subclass. Here, we're giving you a couple new exotics. Well, shoot. I got that from Taken King. I got a new subclass. Well, here, they're trading a subclass. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad, but it's still an expansion-sized thing. Destiny 2 didn't add any new mechanics. They didn't add any new things that I haven't been given before by Destiny 1 expansions. Nothing changed. When I ask Av what it is she loved, like, what did they change, she changes the subject. She still loves the gameplay. She loves the game. She's a devout follower of the Bungie gods, I guess. But I'm disappointed. Doing this review / rant / just nega hype. Just after 2 weeks of playing this game for like 4 or 5 hours a day, there's nothing left to do. And I didn't do much. There are some little side quests that I'll do, and they've got little mini stories, and I love the stories, but Destiny has even made it so you can't replay the story. You can't replay any of that and get lore. So even the massive lore builders can't. Whether Bungie just really wants to be in control of the story and not let people come up with better ideas than them, no offense, it's been done. For the last 3 years, people have been inventing via lore and ideas and theories, ideas that Bungie could have come up with, or that's actually in the lore and Bungie just didn't want to deliver on. Angry Joe's review of this will be in my doobly-doo down below. It's really well put together. It's very thought-provoking. There are some dead moments But that's when he's using just some satire to just get you used to this is how you'll feel in the game. He's got real people doing the game, sharing their thoughts, not just I can't get Av to do that because Av loves the game too much. When I ask her what did they change, she changes the subject. I think deep down she's bored with the game too. We'll be playing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for our clan, but other than that, we'll be going to Warframe. They just came out with a 750 megabyte update. That's almost a full gig. That is a major update. And it's adding an entire open world system. It's adding world bosses. It's adding new enemy types and pets. They have a pet system. Again, Destiny 2 has shown me yet another person with a pet. Hawthorne has a hawk. Saladin had an entire pack of wolves. I don't get any of that. My pet is my ghost. My ghost does all the talking for me. Warframe, I talk. My handlers talk. Everybody talks. The bosses will talk to you while you're not even in their level. The story is ever changing. It's ever evolving. They're ever adding things to it. This game doesn't. Destiny 2 is stagnant. If you played Destiny 1 and you want to skip Destiny 2, you're not missing anything. You're missing out on a couple of cool looking guns. You are. Sunshot is a cool looking gun. But am I going to buy an entire game for it? No. Am I going to buy an entire expansion for it? Maybe. I mean, it's not worth $60. And I bought the special, like, super limited edition $100 version. It's not worth it. And that is what disappoints me most about Destiny 2. I earned my money. I worked hard to make my $100, and this game's not worth $100. After the first 4 or 5 days, you've seen everything the game has to offer. If you waited until week 3 to play the game, everything is already unlocked. There's nothing left for you to do. There's nothing new. PvP, whoop. They might introduce some new maps, but if you don't play PvP, no one freaking cares. And Overwatch is a better PvP experience.
There we go.
It's got teamwork. It is built into the game. Here, one guy with skill and a really good gun can carry your whole team. You don't even need to be present. I have seen teams of 2 or 3 people be able to wreck my 4-man team just because they're really good at the game. They are good at PvP. Those same guys could have gone to Overwatch and carried a team and been rewarded. Just, this game is sad. It disappoints me. I'm depressing myself knowing I'm going to have to listen to this review/rant, and I'll be depressed all over again. Lights out.